Hi guys, and welcome to another breakdown video, and this is something different. Instead of the vehicle we have a stationary weapon station called CIWS. I think that is how it's pronounced. And yeah, this is the secondary weapon station that I did. First one was a Tau missile launcher that I included with my DVP Redux 2.0, and yeah, this is the another one, and we will see what can it provide for you guys and what can it do in this little breakdown video. So yeah, let's take a hop inside. Just like the vehicle, you can enter and you can shoot it. We have a overheating mechanic, and we have a, of course, zoom in and zoom out, and some of the drones to shoot out. And pretty much it will shred anything. We have a couple of visions. We have a thermal vision. We have a FLIR vision, and we have a night vision. Of course, this is the day map, so it's blown out a little bit, but on the night map it's actually pretty good. We have a third-person camera, and of course we have a very nice particle effects that goes with this little project. So yeah, very powerful weapon system, and maybe you can use it in your map to guard some of the points, flags or bases. And of course you can exit the weapon station, and just walk away. And yeah, it's a pretty detailed weapon station that I made, and I try to include in reasonable poly count to have some pretty good details. Now let's take a closer look at the blueprint and exposed variables that you can tweak by yourself. Machine gun, heat at every bullet. So this is actually how fast the machine gun will overheat. So every bullet 0.05 is added to the heat value. Default is 75, so it will overheat quicker. If you want a slow overheating, you can put this value in, and pretty much it will not overheat ever. Or if you want a faster overheating, you put 2 points, and yeah, it will overheat pretty quickly. Secondary gun heat cooldown rate, when you stop firing, amount per second how much the gun will cool down, and those two variables are pretty reasonable. For this test I just put it 0.5 points, sorry. And yeah, this is the overheating mechanic, and there is another one that I will explain shortly. Pretty much you can disable this overheating by one variable. Health, this is the starting health. Default is of course 100. If you want this weapon station to start maybe with half of the health, you put 50 and you are set to go. Health refresh rate, so every second that is passed and this vehicle is damaged, it has not 100 points, 2 points will add to its overall health until it's healed fully. Health refresh cooldown for, let's presume this weapon station is hit by some kind of projectiles once, and after 8 seconds it will start regenerating the health. So this is this variable control. So if you want your weapon station to start regenerating health faster, you can put it to 4 or maybe to 16, but default values for me works just fine. Hide health widget, this is self-explanatory. Actually it will hide this little widget. You can hide it or hide it if you don't want to use it. Distance needed to hide 3P widgets. Let's just play the game. So yeah, if you approach the station, you can see that widget will become smaller, and if we go away it will become bigger. Eventually it will hide, and this is actually 30 meters. So yeah, if we take a look this variable, this is 30 meters needed to disappear this little widget. You can increase or decrease that. Use station without the character. So if you auto possess this vehicle from the start of the level, you need to check this variable and everything will work just fine. If you do not check it, you will have some errors, and I pretty much on a regular basis get emails about these errors, and even when I'm submitting my projects, I regularly make a note to say that you need to check this variable before auto possessing. So yeah, make sure it's checked on if you are auto possessing the station. Use invert pitch, self-explanatory. It will invert the pitch if you don't like my version of the pitch. Use possess character. When this if you enter this weapon station and it's destroyed, you will actually respawn here and you can just walk away. If you don't like it, you can just check this out. And pretty much I think default value to be not true, but somehow it ended to be true in this project. I will fix it in the update. So yeah, use visions. Actually, like I just said, you have a couple of visions: thermal, light, and flare. So if you don't like it and you think it's overpowered, you can uncheck this, and now you do not have any visions. Use responsives. So this is a stationary weapon and it's meant to defend some bases, some stuff. And for example, if it's destroyed by this tank, and when the animation plays out and the damage model spawns, and then after some time it will despawn and it will spawn another functioning CIWS. So it's like a respawn point for CIWS. Use third-person camera. If you uncheck this, you will be limited only to first-person camera, no third-person. Use visions on all camera. If you uncheck this, you will only have a if you uncheck this and use visions is checked, you will only have a camera on the first person. So third person will be there will be no visions like thermal, flare or night vision. Can be destroyed. If you do not want this weapon station to be destroyed by any means, you can uncheck this, and now it's mortal. You can shoot at it, but it will not receive damage. So yeah, maybe for end maps or guarding the border of some maps that the player cannot access, and you do not want to put a hard wall on it, invisible wall, you put this little CIWS and it will shred anything that moves and cannot be destroyed. Use hide pack. So actually this is the last minute change. When I was testing this project, I was thinking, hey, you can use it like that, and this is like a battery pack, or you can put it in the ground and yeah, it will be hidden below the ground. But actually I was merging with my projects and doing some testing stuff, and I have a maybe like a little platform, and I ended up with this problem. So there was some stairs and I was actually thinking, oh man, this is bad, maybe someone will use it just like me. So I introduced this variable where you can actually hide this pack, and now if you have a platform, you can just put it just like that, and you do not need to worry about the base sticking on the ground. Yeah, this is just a, I don't know, little variable that I done pretty fast, and I think it's a useful thing to have. But if I didn't test it on my map, I actually didn't need it, so when I need it I create it. but yeah, it's there. And use overheat. If you uncheck this, pretty much this one is invalid, and the gun will never overheat. You can actually fire indefinitely. And now we come to the fun stuff. So let's just return to default values. We have a new variables called AI, and actually it's an AI controlled. If we hit this one and start to simulate, CIWS will start spinning around, and actually we have some drones here, and it will search for the targets, and when the drones enter its range, it will start shooting. And on this map, drones will spawn indefinitely, so it has some decision making on the proximity of the target. So sometimes it will go shooting around, switching the targets, and it's fun to watch, I will not lie. And sometimes it will bug out, but it's pretty fast. It will clear the function pretty fast and return to its normal value. So yeah, so you can control it by AI if you have some like I said, end maps, and you do not want enemy players to enter it. You can set this up CIWS, and actually you will end up with some pretty good base defense. And now I will explain actually how this how to add your own custom models, custom mesh to the targeting system of this CIWS. And we will just load the overview map. I will explain why, because there is some text that I need to show you. And we will delete this one because this is the player controlled, and I need some the screen to be more clear. So in the node wells we have a variable called CIWS AI tracking. So this is the tag, and you copy it, and let's take just a basic sphere, make it a little bigger, and let's presume this is your model that you purchased on the or made by yourself on the marketplace, and you want this AI to shoot at this project. So it needs two things. Needs to be collision needs to be dynamic. Object size needs to be dynamic and to block all, of course. And then you searched for the tag, sorry, here, and add actor tag and AI tracking. And now if we start simulating, it seems I can shoot it because I didn't make it movable, sorry. And yeah, CIWS will start tracking, and you can see sometimes it will bug out, but it will be correct itself pretty fast, and that is because we actually have some drones around here. So yeah, this is the how you introduce your own blueprint to the AI. And don't forget, you need another variable, hit this is the actually damage tags. Just like before, you need to copy this tag. This is ST 20mm damage class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is actually how many points will be deducted from the health when the target is hit. So when 20mm bullet hits a target, 5 points will be deducted from the health pool of the target, and it pretty much fires very fast, and it will shred anything. You can see with the drone, it will destroy it. So yeah, add this, and if you have health pool, pretty much you are done. now your target will be destroyed. And this is how you add your custom meshes and custom models, well, custom blueprints to the AI to be targeted. It's a pretty simple process and do not require much from you guys, and I like to keep it simple. Even if it's for me sometimes complicated to set it up, but at the end it's integration that is matter for me and for you guys, and simplicity is the key. Now there is some other variables that I like to introduce and just to say. Now let's just copy this, we will need it just to see this line a little better. So if we hit this, we have this huge sphere around here, and this is sphere controlled by this variable AI sphere influence radius. It's 6000. If we put it to 16, it will go even bigger. So this is the variable that I will explain. So you have your sphere, and presume it's your target, and there is that sphere that I said, and it's just around here. So when this sphere enters radius of the CIWS will scan it and see if it has a tag, and if it has a tag it will start firing, and that is it. So if you, for example, have a huge area that you want to cover, you put this to 56, and you can see the sphere is very large. And there is another line, air trace, and it's again it's simple to explain. So when the target enters the sphere influence, and it's determined to be enemy or AI targeting, and CIWS will start shooting it, and target, well, presume it wants to flee, and it will flee, and as long as it's in this range of this line, the CIWS will start shooting it, no matter if it's left of the sphere of the influence, because it's already scanned and the CIWS know it's enemy. And only when it reaches this point, CIWS will disengage and stop firing. At this point the target is escaped. So if you put this line to maybe this long, the target needs to be around here to CIWS to say, hey, the target escaped, I cannot see it. And of course you need to have clear line of the sight for that to work. For example, if you have a obstacle between a mountain, anything that will block the clear sight of the CIWS, it will stop firing. It will still targeting it will still track the actor, but it will not fire. Maybe I can clear that up pretty fast. Let's again change it to collision. Let's make it movable. Let's make it dynamic. Add tag. Oh, sorry. I need this one. And let's add maybe a cube, and let's make it bigger, and we will leave it like that. So let's simulate, and you can see if we don't have a clear line of the site, it will stop firing. So yeah, as long as there is clean of the line of the site, the CIWS will firing. So there is some decisions in the AI of making. And yeah, you can see the target escaped, and now so firing, target escaped, it will continue its all normal operations. And yeah guys, this is the CIWS. I think that I covered all in this breakdown video. Of course, just to mention, we have destroyed versions of the CIWS, and actually it will spawn dynamically based on your, if you hide this spec, it will spawn this one, if you leave it default, it will spawn this one. So yeah, I mean, all of my projects has a destroyed version at this point, so I kind of forget to mention it. So yeah, I think that you will find this project useful, and I again thank you for all of your support and all of your comments and all of your marketplace support. Means a lot, it pays the bills. And thank you for questions, bug submissions, especially reviews, any kind of review. It's, for me, it's a good review. If it's a good 5-star review, it will make my day happier. If it's bad review, I will make it so and fix it all of my bugs or anything that you find unsatisfying with this project, and hopefully you can change review to be a good one. And sometimes that even happens, and I really enjoy that. So if you have any requests, bug submissions or something like that, there is email and you can send it to this address. I really don't like it to put it on the forums because this is pretty old email address. It's bloated beyond belief, but I keep using it for the decades. So yeah guys, again thank you very much, and I hope you will enjoy this stationary weapon, and I will see you in the next project. Bye.